And we are live. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Mate, I can't believe the amount of people that are in here straight away. I'd love to see it. And we are live. Literally, CG Gaming knows. CG knows. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, CG. Welcome, Chewy. Welcome, OFC Louis. Welcome, JP. Welcome, everybody, man. Thank you for coming in here so early. I appreciate you all. I'll just turn the volume down. Turn it down to that. It's going to be a juicy one today. I can tell you now that my predictions, I'd say, are quite controversial in places. So I'm excited for this. I hope you all like the little graphic that I've made for it. Keep in line with the Rosette podcast branding and stuff. How you doing, Chewy? Hope you're having a good day. I hope you're all having a good day. How you all doing today? Let me ask that straight away. I've just come out from football. Got a fresh little graze on my right ankle because I play with some dirty fuckers. To fill it in needs average views. So, yes, are you live right now, Chewy? Are you live right now? Because I will put it on in the background, my guy. If you are live right now. Where is he? There he is. Yes, I will stick you on in the background, my guy. Stick you on my phone. Yeah, make sure my internet doesn't turn on. There you go, on in the background. Thank you very much for joining the stream, even though you are live. I do appreciate it. So, yeah, like I was saying, I hope you all enjoy this little graphic that I made. That might piss you off a little bit, all that, but it's fine. So, first off, let's talk about what's happened in the weekend of football, you know. Let's have a little chat about what happened in the weekend of football. Did anyone see anything that happened? Hey, Crazy, welcome to the stream, my guy. I appreciate you hopping in this early on. So, straight off the bat, Blues got knocked out of the League Cup, which is just beautiful. The Cambridge United, Cambridge United, who are 2 leagues below us, which is just mental. It's quite annoying, but there's nothing you can do do about it. I mean, hopefully we get a striker and we get another defender in and we'll be good to go there. So what else happened? Did anyone see, I don't know how to say his name, Dominic Szoboszlai's free kick, Hungary 1-0 versus Turkey? Did anyone see that? Because if you didn't, you need to go watch it now. I don't know how to type in, Hungary 1-0 Turkey free kick. Go look at that free kick right now and tell me that he's one of the best goals scored this year. Do you know what I mean? Like in the last few years, man, it was a crazy goal. Another thing that happened over the weekend, yes, that guy, I think, it was literally absolute banger. Like, it reminds me of the way Ronaldo and Rashford hit the ball. It was honestly one of the best free kicks. That Çalhanoğlu, that one was honestly amazing. But another thing I want to talk about is Jude Bellingham again. I know he's not playing for Blues anymore, but the guy just keeps breaking records. Geezer, the youngest ever England under-21s player, and the youngest ever England under-21 scorer. I mean, it's just mental. The guy is just nuts. He's going to be, I think, especially with the way some certain England players have been behaving in the last few hours, the last few days. He's going to be in the England team in this year, I reckon. This season, he's going to be in the England team, I reckon, Jude Bellingham. If he gets a decent run for the Dortmund team, I don't see why he can't be in the England team, do you know what I mean? It just doesn't make any sense to me. So I think he could be in the England team this year, which would be crazy. I know, although literally only played for Blues for a season, it's just the fact that he's from Birmingham, played for Birmingham, came through Birmingham. It just makes me very, very proud. If nobody ain't a dick, can I see the clip? I would just put it on air, but I don't know how it works with football highlights and that. So if anyone's got the clip, mate, just put a space in between the dot and the com, and then the CG can get rid of the space. That's what I'd say. And then the last thing, obviously, like I alluded to before, fucking Greenwood and Foden, they're just stupid, man. They're just stupid. Especially Foden, as he's got a girlfriend and a kid. Just stupid, man. Absolutely stupid. I think, literally, but their first ever call-ups, both of them, their first ever call-ups to their senior England team, and they go and get sent home. Like, how embarrassing is that? Like, it's just stupid. They're both crazy talents as well. So imagine everyone will just forget about it soon. But it's just stupid, man. Stupidity from both of them. It's just and they're both especially. I think Greenwood is representing Manchester United, which everyone knows. Everyone knows that the youngsters that come out of Man U are usually like very, very good people. I think that's been like a known thing, that they usually have good manners, good everything, and it's just crazy to see that he would have been doing that. And it's just mental. I just couldn't. When I heard it, and then I realised it was their first ever call up, and they go and do that. It's just plain stupidity. That's all it is. It's just literally stupidity. And I just couldn't believe it for either of them, man. I just couldn't believe it for either of them. But yeah, those are the main things I want to just chat about straight away. So if you've got any opinions on any of that, just let me know. But other than that, we'll get straight into our predictions. This is exciting, you know. I'm scared because I feel like he's all going to roast me for where I'm putting everyone. But especially for the Prem, for the Championship, I don't know as much about the Championship. Like the Championship is ready here, but the Premier League, I know a bit more. I know quite a bit more about the Premier League. So I'll definitely be explaining in more depth why I've got each of my predictions. And I will be saying arguments for both sides. And I may even change some, to be fair. I may even change some. So, and just bear in mind, this is something I need to get straight away. Straight away, it's just my opinion. It's just my opinion. You'll love your own opinion. Just let me know what you think, man. Is it actually confirmed now? Is it confirmed? If so, that's crazy. That is crazy. There's a good signing for them. Let's hope we can hit the form that he hit for the World Cup. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, just bear in mind, this is my opinion. You have your opinion. I would love to hear your opinion. So let me know. Anyway, let's get into it, man. I'm excited. Let's get into it. So, first off, 20th place. Is he going to come in? Oh, don't do this. There we go. Fulham in 20th place. I think. What's this in the bottom right? What is this? Let's delete that. Let's just remove that. There we go. Make sure to be yes. There we go. So first off, straight away, I think Fulham bottom, 20th place. I think they haven't. I don't think they've signed anyone of significance yet, from what I can remember. What we should do is I found a very good website which so you do Premier League transfers. What is that? Is it Transfer Market? Yes, there we go. This website is so fucking good. It's so good. It tells you everyone who's in and out of every single club. Look, there you go. So if you go down to Fulham and you look at what they've done and who they've got already, I mean, they got Knockhart, who's not really. I don't think he's a Premier League winger in my opinion. They got relegated before and they haven't really improved since then. If anything, they got worse. Lemina's a decent signing, to be fair. I'll give him that. Not amazing, but decent signing. Anthony Robinson, decent signing, but he's not going to be Premier League. He's not going to be good enough in the Premier League. Do you know what I mean? And then, I mean, Tom Cairn, he's only getting older. They haven't really got rid of anyone with significance, to be fair to them. I guess Alfie Mawson. Yeah, no one of great significance. Harry Arthur. Yeah, so I just don't see them staying up. I just don't see it. I just think they haven't really made any significant signings. I think that's a good signing that could keep them up. I've never heard of this guy. I've just seen 18 million for this guy. They signed John. Are they signing John Mokoseri? Yeah. No, they haven't signed him. He's come back from loan. Okay. I mean, he wasn't very good last time in the Premier either. And then this guy, I've never heard of him, so can't really say too much on him. Oh, he's already there, so it's end of loan. He's just come back. Well, there you go. So haven't even signed him. So that's what I mean. It's just that sort of stuff. It's just like doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. But yeah, so Harrison Reed, not the best player in my opinion either. I think he was on loan somewhere last season, was he not? But yeah, so that's my first team straight away. And like I said, I just don't think they've made good enough signings to stay up in the Prem. And especially after last time, it just seems like a lot of the trends sort of happened a lot as well. I think after last time they didn't do very well either. After spending all that money and not spending as much this time, so I just don't think it's going to be it for me. Next one, which might be a controversial one for me, as obviously as I'm a Birmingham fan. Next one is drumroll Aston Villa. Again, they've signed Matty Cash. That is it. I was saying to a mate on the way to football this morning, just before earlier, that I think Matty Cash is a decent signing. I'll give him that. I'll give him Matty Cash is a good signing. You reckon West Ham? Okay, West Ham. Do you know what? I just don't see West Ham getting relegated. I know they weren't the best last season, but near the end, they're one of the better teams, weren't they, in form and stuff. Let's look at that as well. Post lockdown, because that is a big thing for me. Post lockdown Premier League table. That is a very big thing for me. Looking at this, it has helped with a lot of the predictions. If you look at the post lockdown Premier League table, obviously Man City played one more game than a lot of people. Where are West Ham in there? So they're 13th. Villa are down there. Crystal Palace down there as well. Leicester, and that I'll tell you right now, that's factored into a lot of my predictions. Southampton still did. I mean Sheffield still didn't do. Southampton up there. You'll see what I mean when it's factored into a lot of my predictions later on. But anyway, so Matty Cash, good signing. I'll give him that. It's a good signing, but it's a championship. He's never really been. Thank you very much, Leo. I appreciate that. It's never really been. Like, he's never proven in the Prem. He could come up and do bits. To be fair to him. But I just think they need a striker. They probably need more defenders. All that sort of stuff. I just don't think they've really strengthened yet. And really, obviously, there's still time left of the window, so stuff could happen. To be fair to them, and I think keeping Grealish is a big move from them. I think that he could. If anyone's going to keep him up, it'll be Grealish. To be fair, but I just think as it stands right this second, I think they're going to go down, and I think it's going to be more convincing than last season where they almost went down. They should have gone down really, but we won't get into that. Okay, so next one for me is drumroll. Brighton and Hove Albion. Hey Jay, how you doing, my guy? I think that's what we said to Quay last time. JSJ. Hope you're having a good day today. We're doing our Premier League predictions for the 2020-21 season. My next team in 18th place is Brighton. Do you not think? If you look at their team, if you look who they've lost and stuff, like if you look at the players of fucking. That's a lot of loans, isn't it? A lot of loans. But if you look at who they've lost Knockout, they've lost Aaron Moy, they've lost Shane Duffy. Those are three big players for them. Maybe Knockout not as much, but Aaron Moy and Shane Duffy, big players, big players for them in my opinion. I'm pretty sure. Montoya as well, decent player. But those two specifically are big players for them. And who have they signed? They've got Ben White back off loan. I guess he could be decent. Lost big Glenn Murray as well. That is another one, yeah. They signed Matt Clark from Derby. I mean, he's just come back off loan. But if you look at the money they've spent, what does it say? Total expenditure, 1.4 mil. They need to spend more. They need to spend more to be doing better in the Premier. Adam Lallana, I'm giving that. Adam Lallana's a good. CG Coyce had these little digs. Adam Lallana, I'll give you that. That is a very good signing from them. I think he could do decent things for them. Although he's just the wrong side of 30, just about. But other than that, they just haven't really made any standout signings, and they've lost. They've lost a few players, so I just don't think. Hey, Abby, welcome to stream. Thank you very much for joining. I can tell you now, Abby's not very happy with the predictions. I'll tell you that right now. That gives you a little hint of to what I'll put later on. Then it does. Then so be it. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I just don't think Brighton have got the squad to stay up. And the manager as well. I just don't really believe in the manager. He's not a bad manager, but he's not the best. You know what I mean? Let me just. Oh, thank you very much for that, mate. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. I'll retweet that. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that, crazy mate. I'll give that a little retweet straight away. You are a big G. Hey, Twitch Football Podcast. I should have done that. Should have fucking done that. What am I doing? More hashtags mean more people out there. Now, next team coming up is drumroll, please. Drumroll. I need to put Crystal Palace. I do remember these, by the way. I'm not waiting for them to come up and then saying it. I do remember a lot of these. Some of them I will forget, but Crystal Palace is one I remember. Now, Crystal Palace at first were in the relegation zone ahead of Brighton. Now, I still think those two are like possibly. But I think Crystal Palace, they're just as like I showed you in the post-lockdown form table. They were 19th. They won one game and lost 5. And I think with the goals they scored as well. Before you get to the top 4, I think City 1, 2 Arsenal, 2 Chelsea, 3 Arsenal, 4 Liverpool. Ooh, okay. Okay. That is different to mine. I'll give you that. It's different to mine. What do you reckon, JP? It'd be interesting to know from an Arsenal fan what you think about Arsenal. It'd be interesting to know. But yeah, so if you look at that just says a lot that you need to see. Down there, they haven't really made any good signings. Again, if you go to Crystal Palace, well, I'll show you. Who have they signed? Where is it? You know what? No, okay. Everett Cheesy, very good signing. I'll give him that. And Nathan Ferguson, again, good signing. Both young players, both bags of potential. Especially Nathan Ferguson on a free. That is beautiful. But neither of them are good enough to keep them up. Do you know what I'm saying? They're good signings, good for the future. But right now, they're not good enough to keep them up and that sort of stuff. So I just don't think they haven't lost anyone either, to be fair to them. But they need a striker. Who have they got? They've got Benteke. They've got Ayew. He's obviously not that bad, but not good enough again to keep them up. And after that, I can't really name anyone. And I just don't see them doing that well. I just think Brighton are worse. That's literally it. I think the more I think about it, I think Crystal Palace could be down there instead of Brighton. And maybe we'll change it, but I think maybe Roy Hodgson is the more experienced manager than the two. So maybe that's what's going to just pip it ahead of Brighton, in my opinion. But I think I'm going to stick with it for now. I'm going to change it. You know what? My predictions, I'm going to stick to it. They're a bit, what's the word? They're a bit out there with some of them, but I'm going to stick to it. Right, next one. Might be a bit of a controversial one, keeping it outside the bottom three, but it's going to be West Bromwich Albion. And I think with West Brom, I think they're the sort of team that come up, stay for a season or two, and then go back down. I don't think they're going to go straight back down this time. Anyway, I think they've done it before. This time, I don't think they're going to go straight back down. I think this season they're going to stay up. I think they were decent in the Championship last season. They finished second to Leeds, a very, very good team. He put West Brom in 16 too. Yeah, I just think they've got a decent squad to begin with. To be fair, if we go down to them, let's scroll down to the bottom. I absolutely love this website, by the way. Shout out to transfermarket.co.uk. It's a fucking banging website, absolutely amazing. But yeah, West Brom. So that's it. Kipre is a very decent signing from Wigan. Obviously not amazing. And they've kept Pereira as well. They got some good players there. Do you know what I mean? Good little backup keeper in there. And they've just got some good players there, I think. Oliver Burke, not bad, end of loan. Obviously, they lost Lecco to us. I mean, awful letting him go. Nathan Ferguson, obviously, letting him go as well. Two decent young players there. Both got English ties as well. I'm quite surprised they let him go for so cheap. But I just think, I think they're just gonna. Leeds gonna go for Europe this. Ooh, well, you wait until you see, mate. You wait until you see where I put them. Yeah, I'm not backing Leeds, you know. But yeah, that's what I think about West Brom. I just think they'll be okay. I think, yeah, that's the two I can say is really they're just kind of just like a meh team. Do you know what I mean? I think they'll shit else their way to staying up. Now next, talking about Leeds, next up is Leeds United. Oh shit! Oh fuck! I did the wrong thing. Never mind. Shit. Okay, give me a sec. Leeds United. There we go. Woo! I thought I put it all up then. Leeds United is next up. Now with these, I know a lot of people are going to have them up and around here, but what I think and what I'm going to stick to, and I know a lot of people are going to disagree with this. Trying to find odds on those three teams being relegated, but can't find one. Oh, okay. I'll have a look on what's it called, on Sky Bet afterwards. Actually, I'm going to put some bets on at the start of the season. I did it last season, didn't win any of them, so I'm going to hopefully win some this season. But yeah, Leeds. The thing is about Leeds is that they've come up trying to play. I think they did the same as Norwich, but not as bad. I think Bielsa's a smart enough man to avoid going down like Norwich did. But what Norwich tried to do is they tried to stick to their way of playing and not. I think they're a good team in the Championship, passing around and that. But I just think they're going to come up to the Prem and then try that passing around and stuff. It's not going to work. And I think they're just going to come up, try that a bit, and then it's not going to work. And then they're going to switch tactics a bit. Or maybe they start and they'll finish around there. Is what I'm trying to say. I think Bielsa's smart enough to not fall to the same fate as Norwich last season. But still do decent. The 15th is decent. If Blues came up and finished 15th, I'd be very happy with that. So I think, like I was saying, I think Bielsa's the main reason I think they're going to finish 15th. If they have someone different, I think they go shove it down, because I think the way they play, especially in the Championship, if it works in the Championship, they're going to come up and they're going to get outplayed. They're going to try and play possession football, and they're going to get caught out too much. I'd like to see them surprise me. I do like Leeds as a club, to be fair. I never really had a problem with them. A lot of people don't really like them, but I quite like Leeds, so I think they're going to finish around 15th. And okay, you know what? We've done it for all the other teams, so have a look at Leeds as well. Again, I just don't think they've signed many people that I think that's a crazy signing. Do you know what I mean? So where are they? There they are. They should be around here. Yeah. So you know what? Never mind. Rodrigo is a very fucking good signing. Rodrigo is a very good signing. I forgot about that. Helder Costa, obviously a very good signing as well. Robin Koch. We'll have to see how good he is in the Prem. Obviously, same with Rodrigo. and then go, these are good signings for the future. So they've made some decent signings, to be fair. They've made some decent signings. Rodrigo being the main one, but will he hit it off in the Prem? That is the question. Will he hit it off in the Prem? That is the question. I don't know. And then we lost anyone of significance either, which is obviously very good as well. But I just don't think, like I said, with the way they play, they're gonna do as well as everyone is gonna do, is saying they're gonna do. Do you know what I mean? I think Sheffield, they were innovative with the way they played. Do you know what I mean? That was a new way of playing, the overlapping centre backs and stuff. It was innovative, and then no one had to play against them. With Leeds, it's the same as the way a lot of teams play, is the passing and all that sort of stuff. And I think a lot of teams will be better than them at that and beat them at that. And so I think they're gonna have to adapt a little bit. They'll adapt and they'll stay up. That is my prediction. Next one, I don't know who this is actually. I don't know who this is. Let me try and think about who it is before I do it. I think it's probably going to be... no, it's not them. It's not them. It's not them. I don't know who this is. I don't know who this is, so we'll have to see. Drum roll. Sheffield United. There you go. And now a lot of you again are going to be like, what? But when I'm just... Hear me out. Before you start slating me. Hear me out. I think second season syndrome. I think Chris Wilder is a good enough manager to stop them from like getting bad second season syndrome where they go down. But they came up, they did their thing, and then people, I think, started to figure them out. Although when you take into account this, they're still 8th after lockdown, which is still pretty fucking good. But I just think after everyone last season figuring them out and stuff, and I think that people are going to figure them out now that they've done their season, and then second season syndrome is going to catch up to them, and they're going to fall down a bit. They're still 14th, he's still good in the Prem, still respectable obviously, but I just don't think they're going to hit the heights of last season. And if you look at their signings, like I said, that is decent. Aaron Ramsdale replacing what's his name now, Dean Henderson, decent signing, and they got rid of Mark Duffy, who's the biggest shithouse in football, dickhead. Do not like him at all. I remember he came to Blues, he was shit, so everyone hated him, and then he came and played against Blues, scored, celebrated in front of us, then we beat his team and they got relegated. So fuck you, Mark Duffy, you dickhead. Yes. Oh, I didn't know they got Ethan and Paddy on loan. Okay, I'd be interested to see how well he does. That would be very interesting, to see how well he does for a Premier League team. Another decent signing, Jayden Bogle for the future. Max though as well, decent signing for the future as well. So they've made some decent signings, but nothing where you think, oh, that is a great signing. Do you know what I mean? That's going to take them to the next level. So I think 14th is respectable for them. Like I said, second season syndrome is the main thing there. The second season syndrome, and then Chris Wilder is a smart enough manager to keep him up from that. And then these two could have been further down if it wasn't for the managers. Do you know what I mean? So next one, I'm pretty sure I know who it is. I think it is West Ham. Yes, it is. So West Ham United. I think someone else said West Ham in 13th. I cannot remember, but I think West Ham in 13th is just average, bang average for them. I think they should be doing better with the team they have. Look at the form; they were 13th after lockdown, and they picked it up. I think with the squad they have, they should have done better last season. And I think they will do better this season, and they will maybe be a bit scared of below them, but I think ultimately they will finish in about 13th, which will be decent for them. If you look at their signings as well, go down to West Ham. I don't think they've signed anyone. They've got Thomas Souček on a permanent, which is a very good signing because he was good at the end of last season. Winston Reid, back off loan, but has he probably gone back out? Oh, he hasn't, no. For some reason they let Diangana go. I don't know why they did that. A lot of West Ham fans are not happy about that, and I can see why. He's 22 years old, did crazy things for West Brom last season, and it's just like, why did they let him go for that? But yeah, they haven't really signed anyone, but I just think no, if you look at this, the only thing they have done is got Souček on a permanent, because obviously he was on loan last season. Went back to Slavia Prague when they signed him, so that's the only thing with that. But I just think with the squad they have, Felipe Anderson, Martin Nobles, he's good enough to, they're good enough to stay in the Premier, is what I'm saying. They're just good enough to stay in the Premier, and I think I could maybe see them two swapping around. Maybe West Ham getting 15th and Leeds 14th, Sheffield 13th, possibly. But I just think with Mikel Antonio as well, I just think they're going to stay up this season and maybe finish around 13th mid-table. and I'd say it'd be a decent season for West Ham, especially after last season. So yeah, that is what I'll be saying for them. Next up, again, I don't know who this is going to be. I think it might be... Oh, fuck off, done it again. There we go. Southampton. And now Southampton were very unlucky to be down in 12th. I think they were as high as 10th, maybe even 9th at one point. But then they did some last minute changes and put them down to 12th. Now if you look at Southampton, post-lockdown, they were 6th. They won 3, drew 2 and lost 1. And with people like Danny Ings in their team, you think they're going to do decent. Do you know what I mean? And now the only thing is, I don't think Kyle Walker-Peters is a very good signing. I just don't think he's that amazing. We'll have to wait and see, obviously. Mohamed Salis, how do you say that? Salisu. Again, don't know too much about him. Obviously, 12. He's valued at 10 million. They paid 10 million for him, so could be a decent player for them. They've got rid of Lamina. Obviously, they probably feel like they didn't need. They lost Højbjerg now. That is one of the reasons I think I put them down a bit, because obviously Højbjerg was a decent player for them, and he's gone to Tottenham. He's going to be a decent player for Tottenham instead. So that is one of the main reasons I put them down in 12th. I think they would have been a bit higher if instead of Højbjerg. But I think 12th is respectable. I don't think Danny Ings will hit the heights as he did last season. Again, I think he's usually that type of player where he hits the heights and he just slows down a little bit. I hope he does. It'd be good to have an England striker banging him in again. But I think Southampton, about 12th place, decent for them. Especially as the way they were last season, this is where they started and stuff. So with the form they hit at the end of last season, I think they're going to finish 12th. Next up is... Oh, fuck off then again. Leicester City. Now again, this one I feel like is going to piss off a lot of people. I feel like a lot of you are going to say, what do you mean Leicester City in 11th place? But hear me out again. I think with European football, I think that will hinder them a bit. I think European football will hinder them a little bit, and then they haven't really strengthened their squad, have they? If you look at their squad, where are Leicester in this? And if you look at look where they were, 16th place in the form near the end of their season, and they bottled it completely as well. They bottled the top 4 completely. They were second for a bit of it as well. They were second, down to 3rd, down to 4th, and then out of it. And I just think Leicester, they're not going to have the greatest season next season. Not going to do bad, obviously. Not going to do awful. But if you look at the people they bought here, Castagne, I mean, he's obviously not bad, but he's just like not the best, is he? He's not the best. They got rid of Chilwell. He's obviously a lot of money for Chilwell. He's a very good player, and I just don't think they're really going to replace him that well. I don't think Vardy will hit the heights again as he did last season. I think he'll still do decent, obviously get 15 plus goals, but I don't think he'll get Golden Boot. I think he's getting, again, the wrong side of 30 now. But obviously he got a Golden Boot last season, you can't really be saying that. But I just don't think, especially with the European football to deal with, I don't think they're going to be doing it this season. I think if they didn't have European football, I think they would have been around 9th, 8th, 7th, maybe 6th, 5th. But they have European football to deal with, they have the Europa League, so I just think 11th with that, because they're going to be playing a lot of weaker players and stuff, and it's just going to be a lot harder. And if they don't play weaker players, their players are going to be tired and stuff like that, do you know what I mean? So, that is what I think for Leicester. Next up, Everton below Leicester. Do you reckon Leicester? See, Everton are a bit higher for me because of a few reasons. I'll talk about Leicester and Everton in a bit. And next up, in 10th place, I can't remember. I know he's in 9th place. I know he's in 8th. So who'd be 10th? I can't remember. Maybe it's Arsenal. No, I know it's not Arsenal. Newcastle. Oh, again, this one is a big one. And this one was the last second one as well. I think Newcastle were in 13th and they moved up to 10th after they announced Callum Wilson today. With the announcements of Callum Wilson and Ryan Fraser today, those are good signings, man. Those are very good signings. With the amount of chances that Ryan Fraser creates, with the amount of goals that Callum Wilson brings, those are beautiful signings for them. Those are two signings where you think, yes, that is it. I just think they're gonna. I don't know why. JP's like, ha ha ha. Literally, I just think, and they haven't lost anyone. Just think about it. Callum Wilson, Ryan Fraser, and Alan Saint-Maximin. Just think about it. Just think about it for a sec. Steve Bruce, decent, competent manager. As much as people don't want to admit it, he's a good manager. He's a decent manager, and I just think with those sort of players, I think they're going to do decent. Ryan Fraser's still only 26 years old. Wilson is still only 28 years old. I think around like at least 12 plus goals, Callum Wilson. At least a good amount of assists for Fraser. I think they're going to have a good season. If you look at about 11th place, they're after lockdown. So I think again, it just matches that, doesn't it? It just matches it. When with the additions, I think those draws can be turned to wins. That takes off a couple of places. Do you know what I mean? So I think 10th place in Newcastle, a good season for them, a good season, and then maybe with a couple of additions they could push in those Europa League places. You know what I mean? So I'll have to wait and see about that. Anyway, next up, I know who's next up, and now this one is a weird one for me. I'll put them on there so you can see. It's Burnley. Oh, for fuck's sake, I keep doing Control V instead of Control Z. Next up is Burnley. Now, this one for me, I think. Oh mate, there's a massive spider on my wall that I've just noticed. Why? Why is there a spider on my wall? Right up there, above my bed as well. Fuck off. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna have to deal with him. Okay, he's just chilling for a sec for the moment. So we'll leave him for now. He's gone behind my little painting thing, but for fuck's sake. But yeah, no offence, but that's very silly. Hey, look at that, Burnley in 9th. But yeah, so fuck the spider. Burnley, yeah. So I just think because they did well last season. If you look at again with their form, they were 9th in the form table. I mean, that says all it needs to say. And then I just think surely they've got to have a drop off soon. Surely people are gonna start figuring them out soon and figure out a way to play against them. Do you know what I mean? But I just don't see how they're gonna not shit house their way to 9th place. Do you know what I mean? It just doesn't make any sense to me. They haven't lost anyone of significance. They haven't really got anyone of significance either, to be fair. But they haven't lost anyone of significance, which is the main thing. And with Sean Dyche as their manager, I just don't see them slipping. But surely they've got to slip at some point. Surely, I just think maybe this could be the season where they end up round about there. But I just don't see them going down. So I've stuck them up in 9th because I think they're going to do it. I think they're going to shit house their way to a 9th place again. So next up, what do you reckon I put in 8th? Who do you reckon I put in 8th? Spurs in 8th. You're going to be surprised where I put Spurs. I think Spurs and Chelsea. Spurs and Chelsea are the main two crazy ones that I've done. You wait and see. You wait and see. You know what? Spurs, Chelsea, Man City. You wait. But we'll have to wait and see when we get to them. But yeah, who do you reckon I put in 8th? Who do you reckon I put in 8th? Let me know. And I like you, CG. Who do you reckon I've put in 8th? I'll give you a couple of seconds to guess. I'm keeping an eye on that fucking spider. He's gone behind the painting. I can't see him again now, but he's gonna come out, isn't he? He's gonna come out. I'm gonna swear. I'm gonna slap him up. Right, yeah, okay. So drum roll for 8th place. Wolverhampton Wanderers. See now, Wolverhampton Wanderers. I was thinking they might do the same as Leicester, but I remembered that they had fucking Europa League football last season and they just lost it. So it was like there's not much you can say about them really, other than they're probably just going to do exactly the same, if not improve. Because they made that good signing, that youngster. What's his name? Fabio Silva. For 36 million. And apparently he's only worth 10.8. So I mark out another decent signing. I mean, I've never heard of this guy. Worth 90,000. Crazy. And they've only really lost someone of like importance to them, Matt Doherty. Do you know what I mean? Matt Doherty. That's it. And a lot of the Spurs fans said he was not Spurs, Tottenham fans. Spurs, Tottenham, what man? A lot of the Wolves fans have said he was one of the weak links in their team. So I mean, if they get rid of the weak links, as good as he's at attacking, he's not very good defensively, is he? So I think get rid of that and improving just a bit. I think they will finish 8th. Because I just don't think I think with the teams above them, they just won't get in there just about. But I still think they have a decent season. Possibly push into that Europa League spot again. And I think they will do bits in the Europa League. I'll give them that right now. I think they will go kind of far in the Europa League. But next up, drum roll. Oh, I've done it again. Fucking hell, what's wrong with you? Everton. Now again, and I hate putting the top 6, the big 6 as the top 6, but I just couldn't see a way around it. I just couldn't see a way around the big six being the top six. And I'm very sorry for doing that, but it's just I couldn't see a way around it. Next up is Everton. I think with Everton, Carlo Ancelotti, that's all you need to say. He's such a good manager, Carlo Ancelotti. He's such a high caliber manager. And with the players he's signing, with Allen, James Rodriguez, who is the other big guy, Decore, with those sort of players they're signing, with that sort of caliber players, with the players they've already got, with Charlton, fucking Bernard, their team is just going from strength to strength. With the manager that they've got as well, I just don't see how they don't finish there and maybe even push higher. I just don't see it, do you know what I mean? So, let's have a look at, just double check the players they've brought in. Everton. Yeah, there you go. Allen, James Rodriguez. For decent money as well. Nkuku. I mean, it's just like, come on, man. 90-year-old John J. Kenny, back off loan as well. And who they lost? They've lost Schneider in, like, literally no one. Should leave a blank one of these in the disc for us to fill in. Oh, that'd be sick. Yeah, good idea. I will indeed. I will do that. I will do that indeed. But yeah, so I just think it just makes sense. We've seen Tadiba coming back. I think they're going to do very well. I think they could even push whoever I put in 6th and 5th. I think they could do that. Next up is, and I'm very, very sorry to, I've done it again, fuck's sake. I'm very, very sorry to JP. I'm very, very sorry. I'm Keane as well, yeah, Moise Keane. I don't know if you mean Keane for that. I know, but that's just reminded me of Moise Keane. I'm very sorry, JP. I'm very, very sorry, but I put Arsenal in 6th. I just don't think, with the signings you've made, that you're gonna improve from last season that much. Willian, I think, is a good signing, to be fair. I think he might add a bit. Getting Saliba back off after that. I just don't see it. I just don't see it being. And it was just too hard. The top 6 has been very hard for me. Very hard, and you'll see how I've been chopping and changing. And I think if you had a better manager, I maybe would have put you higher. I just don't think Arteta's the one. I just don't think Arteta is the one to get you top 4. As good as he is, I just don't think, as decent manager as he is, he's not the best, is he? I just don't think he's proven enough to get top 4. And if you look at the post, I mean, you were 10th in the form. You were 10th, you know what I mean? You haven't made that many good signings. Oh, JP, I'm sorry. Nah. Do you know what? Look, yeah, I'll put Birmingham in a low position. You probably Birmingham in the relegation zone. I mean, it just makes sense, doesn't it? So, but yeah, I just don't see Arsenal doing any better than 6th. I'm sorry. Mate, if you give Ozil a chance, I'm not a fan of Ozil anymore. I think he's too lazy. I think he's had that many chances. It's just like, come on, man, pick yourself up. Now, next one, I know for a fact is a controversial one, and I've been and ahhing, Abby's and happy because it is Chelsea. I know you lot are going to go, what? But hear me out. Yeah? Hear me out. I'm waiting for the reaction. I'm waiting for the reaction in the chat. I'm waiting for the reaction. I can't, literally, yeah. Chelsea in 5th place. I think, he's like, what? No, hear me out, yes. So, I think the signings they're making is incredible. The window they're having is incredible. But I just think it's too much in one go. I think everyone has to gel. I think you reckon Chelsea going to win the whole thing? That'd be a crazy thing, to be fair. First off, too many players to gel in one go. And I think last season they had no pressure on them as well. And the more money Lampard spends, the more pressure he puts on himself and the squad. That's another factor. And then the final factor is Lampard himself. This is only his 3rd season in management. Yeah, there you go. It's only his 3rd season in management. Yeah, his 3rd season. And I just don't think. Maybe I'm underestimating him. Maybe I am. I just don't think he's got the experience to get all these players to play together as well as they can that quickly. I think maybe next season they'll have a better go of it, but this season especially, with the Champions League, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. And again, I mean, I guess you look at their form, they're fourth. You're in the